Hi everyone, my name is Will. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. Today we are going to be doing a collective energy reading for December 27th, 2022. And I hope everyone had an awesome holiday. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. However you celebrate this holiday, I hope that you had an awesome time and got to spend a lot of time with family and friends. So, I know this time of year, we're thinking to ourselves, okay, we just got through Christmas. What are we going to, what is our focus going to be on for the next year? And so that is a very big question. That's a very big question. I'm sure it's on everyone's minds right now, especially with, only a matter of days, like, 5 days until the first of the year. So it's definitely a time where we are taking some time, kind of doing a inventory of what happened over the past year and what we could do better, and what we want to accomplish for the next year. And that is great, but we need to also remember to be open to what Spirit wants us to have this coming year. So we can make all the plans in the world, but if Spirit doesn't want us to follow that plan, doesn't want us to have those things, then that's not gonna happen. It's always for our highest good, and sometimes we may think that's something that we want, to happen is for our highest good, when it actually is not. And that's where the universe, that's where Spirit comes in and is like, nope, I have better plans for you. So just while you're having a little bit of a retrospective over this last year and planning on what you want to accomplish this next year and what goals you want to set, keep that in mind as well. Don't be so inflexible that you're not allowing Spirit to do what Spirit does best, which is work all things for the good. All right. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, King of Swords, Hanged Man, the 7 of Pentacles, the Star, the Devil, and the Knight of Pentacles. And the bottom card is going to be the 5 of Pentacles. Alright, let's pull a few clarifiers, and let's see what we have here. So give me 1 second. And if it's a little dark in here, it's because I don't have electricity right now. So this is all being recorded from the light of my phone. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. So this card keeps coming up in the past few readings, which is the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is all about that innocence, that puppy love, maybe looking back in the past, I feel like those feelings right now are being blocked by too much work. And that is the Eight of Pentacles. So you may be feeling too overworked right now. You may be too tired from working, and that is blocking your flow of emotions. It could also be causing you to keep from looking back and remembering the past. Nostalgia is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. But in this situation, I feel like it is a good thing. So you may be too busy with what's at hand in your life, too busy working, too busy doing whatever you're doing on a daily basis, because as you see, the Eight of Pentacles, that is very much not only work, but also routine work. Every pentacle is the same size, same shape, they all look alike. So a lot of repetitious action is blocking. Perhaps looking back at the past, seeing what was good, what are good memories, what did work. This can be for relationships, this can be in personal, just personal growth of a situation. In a situation. It is cold. I feel like you may be feeling like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do right now. Like you're even winning, like you're very victorious in your pursuit of whatever the Five of Pentacles stands for you right now. But I also feel like it could be stealing your time away. Stealing your time. Taking time away from you. And if we have no time for introspection, then we can't grow. We need that time to look within inside ourselves to see what is working and what is not working, to be able to move forward and to accomplish what we want to, what our goals are. Because I mean think about it. We learn from our mistakes, but if we can never look back on what we've done, at what our mistakes have been, then how can we learn from them and improve on them? You can't. That's the whole point of introspection. So that requires looking back at the past. That requires time, and if your time is being taken away from you because you're too busy doing whatever you're doing, or maybe busy worrying about what's around you, taking care of what's around you, then that ultimately hurts us when we do that. So I feel like in the past you've put a lot of thought into what you've done over this past year, and I'm really feeling it has to do with this past year. I'm really feeling it's in this past year. You've put a lot of thought into what you did this past year. You planned it out, you were very methodical. We had the King of Swords in the past position, very analytical, very, very driven by results and what makes the most sense, and we're very, this is what we're gonna do, I'm not gonna do this, like, you were very exacting. Very detailed with all of your actions. The future position is the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man does not necessarily mean that you're confused. It can. I think in this spread, I feel like it has to do with needing a bird's eye perspective. Needing a bird's eye perspective on the situation. Getting that view from above. And we do that when we go inside, because we're able to see what is working and what is not working. We're also able to see how we feel about a situation, get in touch with our feelings, be honest with ourselves. But if you're too busy doing whatever you're doing to be able to, if you're too busy to be able to get in touch with those feelings, those emotions, because what you're doing is stealing time away from you. Even though you may feel like, oh yeah, I got this, don't worry about me, I'm doing great. Look at all what I've accomplished. You're not taking that time to look within. And I think this goes back to the underlying card energy, which is the Five of Pentacles, which is all about feeling left out, feeling stuck in the cold. Outside looking in, you wish you were somewhere else than where you are now. Like, these people wish they could go inside that building, where I'm sure it's a lot warmer and a lot more comfortable than where they are out there in the snow, walking around with not enough clothes, not to keep warm. So yeah, this situation, even though you may feel like you're doing what you're supposed to do, you may even be getting rewarded for what you're doing. I mean, look at this guy. That is a victory if I've ever seen one. He's on a horse. He has a wreath on top of his head. He has one on his wand, and it's like a parade is being given to him. So the world is telling you, oh yeah, you're doing great. Look at this. You did this, you did that, but all that work is not giving you enough time inside, and that means you need to take some time to go inside yourself so you can see things from a bird's eye perspective. Again, this is coming up as your perspective is the Seven of Pentacles. So you may be seeing that you have lots of fruit. It may appear like you have lots of fruit, but there's this like nagging inside of you, and that nagging is telling you to stop and get that bird's eye perspective. Get back in touch with your feelings. Get back in touch with your emotions. This is a very busy time of the year, so it's very easy to get all caught up in that. But moving into this next year, into a brand new year, now is the time to figure out what you want out of this year, what you're going to do in order to accomplish those goals, and then actually take action on them. So, Yeah. You need to look at what you want, what wishes you want to make, what you want to ask the universe for. You need to find that star or stars that you want to reach for this next year. And then start taking action in order to manifest that. Because once you start taking action towards it, the universe will either do one of two things. It'll either go, okay, you want this, here you go, and we'll give it to you. Or it'll go, hold up, you're thinking too small. I have something bigger planned for you, bigger and better, for your highest good, not for what you think your good is, but for your highest good. So, yeah. But again, the universe doesn't like to. If you're waiting around for the universe to give you what you need, it's not going to. You need to take proactive steps to go in the direction you think, you feel inside that you need to go towards. And then the universe will go, okay, they really want this. I'm going to work with them to get what they want or give them what they need. But it's only when we take those proactive steps. I'm reminded of the saying, God helps those who help themselves. And that's really been abused over the last, I don't even know how many decades, maybe even 100 years, as an excuse not to help people. But what it really means is you have to figure out what you want and go towards it, and then God, Spirit, the universe will step in and will help you accomplish that or give you what you actually need. That's what it means. It does not mean, oh, well, God helps those who help themselves. I don't need to donate money because those people need to figure out how to do it themselves. No. That is that is such a toxic, wrong, if not just a slap in the face to those that actually need help. Like such a slap in the face. There are people who need help. You may even need help one day. And you should think of that when you go and help people and not let those type of voices, those type of sayings influence you against doing what you feel inside you need to do, what you should do, what you would like someone to do if you were in that situation. All right, we have the devil in the action card. So, or in the action position. I am so cold. No electricity. Cold. Okay. So, I'm really getting that there's an addiction or something you feel chained to. As you see in the devil card, those two can technically walk away. The chains around their necks are large enough that they can pull them over their head and leave the situation. There's even slack on the actual chain itself. Sorry, I need to see this real quick. But yet they're standing there, and they actually look quite comfortable standing there. It's very much like our addictions. to things. And that can be addicted to coffee, or it can be addicted to like drugs, alcohol, sex, money. It can be things that are more damaging than just addicted to sweets, addicted to caffeine. It can be something really addicting. It could even be work. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that there's almost an addiction, and you know what? I think it has to do with it has to do with how people perceive you, what people think of you. I think it has to do with being given compliments on your work, being told how great you are at whatever you're doing, that you're doing so much of, that's keeping you from doing that inner work, getting in touch with those emotions, giving you that bird's eye perspective on your situation so you can actually harvest this abundance that you've been sowing in your life, giving you what you want, what you asked for, what you asked the universe for, but instead you're letting all that work, that addiction to those compliments, to those to all those people telling you how great you are and at what you're doing, and that's stealing your time. You're allowing that to steal your time. I do feel like you're going to figure this situation out. You're going to figure this situation out. Universe might even step in and go, you know what? You need to pause. And this is what the universe likes to do whenever it wants me to pause. I get sick. And that's very triggering for me because I was sick a lot when I was younger. So when the universe wants me to start looking inside, when I'm not willingly going within, to get that bird's eye perspective, I will get sick. The universe is like, okay, pause, you deal with you, and then we'll come back and see what you've learned. And in the moment, I don't like that, but I know it's what I needed, because ultimately it's for my highest good. It may not seem like it at the time when you're throwing up or whatever, have 102-degree fever, whatever, coughing all night long, but in the grand scheme of things, in the macro, not the micro, the macro perspective of your life, of your situation, it's what you needed to happen. But it will give you stability. It will give you stability. Because you will figure out that you need to take a break from all this praise, from all this attention, this work that's stealing your time, so you can regain a bird's eye perspective, get back in touch with your feelings, so you can be fruitful, make those manifestations to the universe known, unhook yourself from this addiction to attention, which is very hard. And it will give you stability. And it will keep you from feeling like you're on the outside looking in. Because you're disconnected with your feelings right now. Yeah. Alright, let's pull an oracle card and then let's wrap it up. I'm not going to pull any more. I don't really feel called to do it today, plus I'm freezing. So I like to sit in my car for a while. And be out in the sunlight. And take advantage of the sunlight. We don't get it a lot in the winter, even in Oklahoma, and I know it's even worse if you live back east or up north, so take some vitamin D, take advantage of those sunny days. If you have to call into work, as you know, for a mental health day, just to get some sunlight so you can, you know, help fight that seasonal depression that always comes up this time of year, then that's what you need to do. Your health comes first. All right. Can I get an oracle card for this spread today? Whoop, that just kind of just slid right off the stack. All right. Contract. You may be fulfilling a contract right now. All this work, this attention that you're getting, it may be a contract. It may have to do with a soul contract. But as you notice from the picture too, she's holding a scale, and she's blindfolded. So, contract can also be legal too, legal matters. This may have to do with legal matters too. But it's the rebalancing of the scale, and you also notice too on the card there's a pile of books, so there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge, but I also feel like I get this, but a second. I get the legal perspective of this, I get the soul contract, but what I'm really feeling is that she's blindfolded. She's holding scales. There's all these books, all this knowledge underneath the scale. The rebalancing of this situation, the going within, is going to cause the rebalancing of the scales, because you will have that inner knowledge that's underneath the scales. You'll have that, and that's going to tie up some soul contracts as well. Yeah. It's also a soul contract. This situation where you're working too hard, you may even feel addicted to working too hard. Maybe have to do with a relationship. It's part of a soul contract. but I feel like it's almost done. I feel like it's almost done. It's getting tied up right now. And then the scales will be rebalanced. Because when before we enter back into the life stream of this planet, like our souls incarnate back, we work with other souls and we help each other, because we are all part of the universe. We are all God. We are all one. We all come from source. And so we make these soul contracts with each other before incarnating into our current bodies. And it may come from a previous lifetime or two, where certain decisions that we made, we didn't learn as much as we should have to get to move to, in order to evolve, in order to progress our knowledge, our understanding, our soul, our wisdom on a soul level. And so we make agreements with other souls to help us reach certain levels of our spiritual growth. So I think that's what this soul contract, I mean, that's what this contract card is. It's a soul contract, and it's getting tied up. So yeah, I really don't feel like there's anything else I can pull from this spread. I also don't feel like there's anything else, any other messages I'm getting from this spread. So I'm gonna close it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I make a video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Much love and light to all of you. Have a happy new year. If I don't make a video before then, I probably will, but just on the off chance I don't, happy new year, happy 2023. 2022's almost over, and we can start fresh. So much love and light to all of you. See you guys later.